So tomorrow's a really big day.
Somehow around the world.
We really didn't know what to expect.
I don't know how film festivals work.
So the audience vote for Mount Sac Stadium is...
I just want people to see what I'm doing.
We will be departing shortly for magazine. We'd like to get started.
So this past week I had the opportunity to fly out all the way to Palm Springs, California to showcase my film trailer as a part of the Trials of Miles Film Fest, and it was incredible. The whole week was just time after time, day after day, just kept getting better. I love how literally just half of this airport is outside. How long have you been out here?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah. I have an ex-wife that lives in Maine.
Aha.
Couldn't get much farther away
No,
from her.
you really did your best. It's 2:55 right now. So I'm gonna go straight to... So I got to Mount Sac and it was my first time there. And just seeing the new stadium, it was incredible. The big screen was on, the music was playing, and the whole film fest was like ready to come to life. It was this realization for me that, wow, my work is gonna be up there. And I'm just like, what? We made it. We made it to the film fest. Stoked to be here. Look who it is. Honestly, part of me was feeling like, oh man, I have no right to be here. But another part of me was just feeling like this is exactly where I needed to be in that moment. So that was really cool.
We launched registration early October, mid-October. Everyone had about 6 weeks to submit by November 24th.
So another reason I was excited to show some scenes here at Film Fest is because it was being hosted by Lexi Pappas. If you're in the sport of track and field deep enough, you should know who she is. I thought it'd be really cool to get an idea from her what she thought about the film itself and kind of help push me into some direction as well.
It was a really healthy mix. There were films that were clearly made in the past and sort of re-edited down to fit the guidelines and be under 2 minutes. There were films that were original submissions and people went out and filmed. There were dramatic ones, there were funny ones.
And there were 2 second place prizes. There was an audience vote, a online vote situation, and then there was also the grand prize, which was $10,000 to go towards you producing a film for Sea Lay Athletics, which is a really cool concept and a great way to do that, I guess, if you're the brand. But I don't really care to. I'm kind of busy doing my own thing right now, so I wasn't super interested in that.
Brendan Clark, my friend. He's one of the founders of Trials of Miles. This is Alexi, my sworn enemy. It's really cool to have you here, and she has not seen any of the films, so we're also going to be able to get her very visceral live reaction to everything that's shown up here on the screen.
I'm so happy to be here, and I will just say that just like showing up to a race, finishing a film is a huge accomplishment in and of itself, and so it is pretty special and it is a privilege to be here with people's finished short projects.
There were films there that were so much more cinematic than mine. There were films that were just better put together and edited to tell a story, and I'm grateful that I was able to see those because I can take inspiration and I can see in my production where I have shortcomings, and I feel like that's the best thing that we can do as filmmakers is kind of help to build each other up, because the reality is nobody's trying to tell the same exact story, and if that's the case, then we should be working together to collectively create better stories for the sport. So thank you to all the other filmmakers for putting in your entries, and just I hope we can all use each other's work to get better.
Our next film, once again, we have a filmmaker here with us. Alex, where are you? So our next film is called State of the Sport by Alex Andre, and it is an opening to discussions to change the sport for good. This is State of the Sport.
Now so that they don't have to bow out of the sport early and instead can see through to their long-term potential.
Awesome. This is one of those films that I feel like I immediately know what I could do with it right now, and that this fits as a short film over anything longer, because the people who you would want to see this wouldn't even give you the attention for anything longer, and therefore this was the perfect medium for the message you were trying to send. So congratulations, and also you must be a really personable guy to be able to get the interviews from some of the people that are in this.
My mom says the same thing about me. Thanks, Alexi.
And that just speaks to you as a filmmaker who will continue to find his way in this world and get the interviews, which is like sometimes the hardest part, really, is to get people to feel comfortable with you. And clearly they felt comfortable with you, and that's really amazing.
So I love the point that Alexi makes here, because it's exactly what I'm trying to force to happen, is what she says, that, you know, the people who I'd want to see this film and what we're trying to talk about wouldn't want to give me the time of day. But the goal here is to really create something longer than 2 minutes, as long as a feature-length premiere, and get people talking, because they have no other choice. You know, the more people I can involve in this project, the more people that will come in and really help to shape the vision for what I'm trying to put together, the more powerful it'll be, and the more change we can hopefully see happen in the sport. And that's the real goal. The hope that we can get people talking in the sport more than just the side conversations that are happening, you know, after a meet at a bar or something like that. I want to put it on the table, and I want to get it out there.
Yeah, when I first saw this piece, if anyone who knows me relatively intimately, I could speak ad nauseum about my distaste for the USATF. So to hear this and to actually have someone go and do what you did, I thought was amazing, because you hear people talk about these sorts of things and just topics in general, and then no one ever does anything about it, right? And to shed a spotlight, not only, you know, get all of the interviews, you have interviews from some of the most powerful athletes in track and field, which is a testament to your tenacity as a filmmaker and your ability to go out and work on this. And you know, I do think that a lot of people who need to be watching this film aren't going to want to watch it, and I think that makes it a very dangerous and powerful film, and I'm very excited to see what you continue to do with this piece.
Brendan has a great point here, and USATF is not the whole problem, but collectively, they're an organization that is meant to serve its constituents, the constituents being us, the people who are the fans of track and field, the people who are involved in the sport. I partnered this past year with USA Track and Field and Team Toyota to talk about coaching and the programming that USATF offers, which is fantastic. That doesn't mean that they don't have room to improve and they shouldn't be held accountable for their shortcomings. There should be an expectation that open discussions are okay, and they're meant to happen to help elevate the sport as a whole.
All right, moment of truth. We'll see.
CDXMX experience.
Matt, do you think Alex got this in the bag? No comment.
He's
I'm not a
walking away
betting
with
man.
500. He's taking us out to a nice
Jackson
dinner,
will
in and
experience
out.
Okay, so there's two prizes that everyone knows about. I think we're going to make a third one. So the audience vote is here for everyone who has voted. That's a $500 cash prize for the winner. And then we'll do another one. We have to figure out the logistics, but we'll do another one so people can vote online. Again, we're going to make this, we're going to kind of streamline this into a show that will be out on YouTube. So, the votes are in. It was very close between two films. So the audience vote for Mount Sac Stadium is Alex's State of the Sport. Congrats.
You do great things with your film.
I'm excited
You
too.
need to do the right thing and do something.
That's right.
Awesome. So congratulations. And the
Big shout out to Jake Willard for filming a few of these scenes. So that's it. That's my first Film Fest experience. If you have been watching this far, chances are you probably do know a little bit about who I am, and so you've gotten to see me along this journey that's been ebbing and flowing in so many different directions, but it's come to this point. So thanks for sticking around. If you're new around here, keep showing up. There's a lot of cool things that we're going to be doing. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching Track and Field's Biggest Nobody. I'm Alex Andre. Keep showing up for the sport, and I will too.